Hey guys, I'm going to be giving you an assignment today. This one's going to be due on Friday, so it's not actually due today since I'm posting it kind of late. Next week we'll get back to kind of a normal schedule. I am on my MacBook right now, so my other computer just isn't charged, and so I just grabbed this one. So this is going to look a little bit different, but Microsoft Word does have a version for Apple. So what we're going to focus on here are just a couple of buttons in the paragraph group. Okay, this is a slightly older version of Word, and because it's on a Mac, it looks a little different. So the groups actually don't have names that you can see, but a lot of the buttons are still there. They just have slightly different icons and a little bit different look. So what I have here are two lists, and what we're going to talk about is a bulleted list versus a numbered list. So our bulleted list option is here, and our numbered list option is right there. With these two lists, I have favorite foods and a grocery list. And one of these can be used or could use a bulleted list, and one of these could be put into the form of a numbered list. The main difference between the two is if I'm going to use a bulleted list, the order does not matter. And if I'm going to use the numbered list, it means that the order is important. It does matter. So out of these two lists, I could technically put either one of these in a certain order or not ordered. So my favorite foods, for example, these are in order. So I'm going to use the numbered list for those. But technically, I could just list them with a bulleted list, and that would let the viewer know that there's no particular order. Most people for a grocery list would use a bulleted list because it doesn't really matter what order you get them in as long as you get all your items. But if you're really detailed in your lists, you could also say you want to put them in order of where they're at in the store. And in that case, the order is important, so you would use a numbered list. So what I'm going to do for my favorite foods, I'm going to put those in a numbered list where the order does matter. So it's automatically going to offset that list. We've got 1 through 4. And each number, as we know, has significance, 1 being at the top, and we know how to continue on with our counting. With our list, we can choose other options. Roman numerals and letters all have their own order, which we clearly understand. So it doesn't really matter which of those styles I choose. It will still go in some sort of order. So we know A is at the beginning of the alphabet, and D is down a little further. So there's an order there. With my bulleted list, again, I'll select my items, come up here to my bulleted list. If I just click the bullet button, it's going to use these basic black dots. And I can come in here and choose other bullet options. And finally, another choice that I have is to define new bullet. If I want to do this, I can go in here and I can pick different bullet points. I can actually add pictures. Just keep in mind they're going to be really small, so you won't really be able to see them. And if I want to come through here, I can kind of search around and try to find different styles or different font types to choose different options. Okay, I can also change color in this area if that was something I wanted to do. Okay, again, in your Microsoft Word on a PC, it is going to look a little bit different than it does on a MacBook, but it's still, we get the same result. Our lists and the order of those lists are important. So what I want you to do for this video is I want you to tell me the difference between a numbered list and a bulleted list.